Good morning, good afternoon, hello, how are you, whatever time, whatever day. Welcome. This is going to be the sequence that I taught at the Beachy Yoga with ROXY that was recently held at Allen Shepherd Park in Cocoa Beach on March 11th. And so this class, keeping in line with ROXY's decades-long empowerment of women, was an empowerment class. And to bring empowerment to you is really, you're already empowered. I just want to remind you of that. So you'll kind of see how it's done during class, but we'll be doing it threefold. The first way is obviously when we have challenges, physical challenges, the mental stamina and the physical stamina that we develop and increase, that is one way of empowering ourselves. The other way that we'll be empowering during class is I'm going to be incorporating some very subtle acupressure on the gallbladder and liver meridians that are connected to the wood element in traditional Chinese medicine, which is associated with spring, which we're in. But it also is associated when it's in balance with confidence, a confident person. So that's thing two. And the third and most important part, I think, is through the practice of yoga, we become empowered because we are connecting our mind, body, and spirit. So when we start to connect all these things together, and we remember who we are, we remember what we want, we know what we want, we know who we are, that is where we are at our strongest point in life. It's not necessarily about having things, it's being a completely integrated person. So I know it's a lot to deliver in 1 hour, but at least we can kind of get in the right direction. You might get more out of this. You might not get any of the things out of it. You might just feel a great stretch. All of those are great things, but we're going to try to do a little bit more and unpack a little bit more during this class. So with that being said, you don't need props. If you want to have a blanket, blocks, bolster nearby, and you have them in your practice already, by all means do that. Otherwise, just make your way to your mat. Go ahead and sit in a comfortable seated position. I'm sitting on the blanket because it's comfortable for me. And you're going to bring your hands to your lap or your knees and just close your eyes and breathe. So really simple. Just drop into the breath. The sound that it makes. And then start to imagine yourself as a tree. And so being in Florida, we like to use a palm tree a lot, tall, stately. But you can choose bamboo, you can choose whatever tree you want. And as you are this tree, inhaling and exhaling, inhaling, pulling the breath down to your roots. Exhaling, breathing up through the roots, out the top of the head. And maybe swaying in the breeze a little bit. Allowing that flexibility so we bend rather than break. Don't worry if your thoughts are racing, just let them pass by. And go ahead and start to take your last big inhale. Last exhale. And blink the eyes open. Good. And you're going to bring your right fingertips down to the mat and bring your left arm up and over for an easy side bend here. And your gaze can be down, forward, or up, whatever feels best for your neck. But don't worry about making your biggest stretch quite yet. And then inhale up through center, left hand comes down, right arm comes up and over, easy side bend. And come back. You're going to stay on the fingertips and walk those fingertips behind you. Roll the shoulders back, puff out the chest. And then if you want a little bit more, feel free to lift the chin, looking to the sky or the ceiling, wherever you're practicing. And then chin starts to come down. Start to walk the hands forward, just a very easy forward folding bend. And just let your body hang over your legs here.
Let your head get heavy. Good. Start to walk the hands back towards the body. And we're just going to switch the cross of the legs. So whatever shin was in front is now in back. Sitting tall once more, hands back to the knees or the lap. Close the eyes and breathe. So maybe you're dropping into the breath a little bit easier. If not, just continue to practice disengaging from the thoughts as they pass by you. Listening to the sound of the breath. Imagining yourself swaying in the breeze like a tree. Just letting time pass as you feel that life-giving breath coming in and out of your body. Take your last big inhale. Exhale it out. Blink the eyes open. Good. Left fingertips down this time. Right arm up and over. Easy side bend. Come up. Right hand down. Left arm over. Go ahead and come up. Walk those fingertips behind you. Roll the shoulders back. Option to let the head fall back. A little bit of a stretch, a little bit of a back bend. Let the chin come back down. Start to walk the hands forward. Easy forward folding bend. And if you notice a big difference here between one cross of the legs versus another, don't judge it, just observe it. Good, and then start to walk the hands back towards the body. I'm going to go ahead and remove this blanket out from underneath me. If you didn't use one, you don't have to do that. Good, and then we're going to go ahead and start to make our way to our tabletop position here. So we're taking hips above the knees, ankles behind the knees, shoulders over elbows over wrists. And I want you to start to bring your right shoulder and your right hip together. So you're getting a big stretch through the left side body here. Good, and then we're going to reverse it. Left shoulder towards the left hip so you get that big right side body stretch. And coming back to center, I want you to start to come all the way down onto your belly. Just slowly lower down. And we're going to come into a cobra pose here. So my face is going to be slightly off the mat because of the microphone, but you can go ahead and bring your forehead down to the mat. Hands under the shoulders. Roll the shoulders back. Start to press into the palms to lift the chin up. Looking forward. Keep the elbows kissing the ribs. So you see I'm not going very, very high. I'm keeping my hips on the mat. Good. Come all the way down. We're going to walk our fingers out wide in a T shape. I'm going to come up onto those fingertips once more. Roll the shoulders back. Start to press yourself up into an exalted cobra. Good. Option to turn your gaze over the right shoulder. Back to center. Option to turn your gaze over the left shoulder. Back to center. All the way down. Go ahead and bring the hands underneath the shoulders once more. We're going to go ahead and press up to plank on knees. Good. And then we're going to start to walk our knees back in to find our way back to tabletop. Let's go ahead and do a few rounds of cat-cow here. So we're going to inhale, lift the tailbone, drop the belly, lift the chin, shoulders away from the ears. Good. Now really slowly, I want you to start with tucking the tailbone, belly button against the spine, pushing the mat away, tucking the chin against the chest as you exhale. So I want you to do this again really slowly. We're going to start to lift the chin, drop the chest, drop the belly, lift the tailbone, shoulders away from the ears.
And we're going to continue in this really slow, controlled cat-cow.
And the reason why I'm asking for such control is because along our vertebrae, we've got all these nerves
That are going through our body. And we really want to take time to articulate and allow as much blood flow through this area to really nourish
those tissues, nourish the nerves, nourish our body. Good. So just do a few more, taking your time.
Good.
I'm going to get one more in. Big breath in.
See if you can make it a bigger breath each time. Exhale, push the mat away. Good.
Just stay here, chuck your chin towards the chest. See how high of an arch you can create. Good. And then coming back to neutral. We're going to walk the hands slightly forward to the shoulders. We're going to curl the toes under, press our hips up and back into down dog. And so if you're feeling a little bit more of a bent knee down dog like I am right now, by all means, there's no need to have to go straight. Stay with that bent knee. Wait for your body to warm up and be ready instead of asking it to do things that it doesn't want to do yet. Good. So keep lifting the hips. Keep pressing into the fingertips. Good. Now I'm going to start to lift my right leg to the sky. I'm going to bend the right knee and press my right foot towards my left side. So my right hip stacked over my left. I'm keeping my shoulders square and I'm pushing my right foot away, opening up the front of the right hip. Let's do a few leg circles here, nice and slow. So we're going to bring the knee out, over, back. Down, out, back. Down, out, back. Let's reverse. Up, out, down. Up, out, down. One more. Good. And then come back into a three-legged dog, lifting the right leg.
And then look towards your hands. You're slowly going to bring that right foot forward
And stay on the ball of the left foot. We're going to come into a low lunge here first. So find your balance, meaning that you're going to bring your feet about hips width distance apart. So your right foot's on a right railroad track, your left foot's on a left railroad track, and you're going to start to come all the way up into a high lunge here. Now, if your ribs pop out no matter what, go ahead and bend that left knee, and it'll be easier to pull your rib cage above your hips. And then you can try to straighten the leg again, but it doesn't have to be straight. Right arm's going to drop to the right side. Left arm reaches towards the right side. So a big, big, big side stretch through the left side body. Good. Inhale, both arms come back up to center. Both hands come down to the mat. Press back down dog. Beautiful. So take a second to get resituated here if you need to. And then you're going to go ahead and inhale the left leg up nice and slow. Bend the left knee. Push the left hip over the right, pushing that left foot towards the right side of your body. Shoulders are square. Head's relaxed. Oh yeah, relax the neck. Good, let's do our knee circle. So one, big one out, up, down to the side, up, down to the side, up. We're going to reverse. Now we're going to push up, side, down, up, side, down. Yes, I have that song in my head. I'm not going to sing it and ruin it for you guys. One more circle. Good. And we're going to push that left leg all the way up to the sky. Step that left foot forward. Take a second. Make sure that we have a nice stable base. Start to walk the hands up the left thigh and find our lunge on the left side. So remember, you can bend that right knee if that helps you keep your ribs above your hips. Nice long spine. I want to see nice long spine all the time. Left arm drops, right arm reaches over to the left side. Get that big, big, big right side body stretch. Good. Both arms reach up and overhead. Hands come down. Step both feet back. Big breath in. Exhale. Good. Go ahead and inhale the right leg up towards the sky once more.
And then as you exhale, you're going to start to step forward into that lunge, nice and controlled. Good. Come all the way up. Arms up and overhead. Go ahead and bring your hands interlaced on top of your right thigh. Lean over your right leg and start to come into a supported Degasana. So you'll see I'm using that bent right knee to really let my muscles engage as opposed to locking out my joint and my skeleton. Keeping active here. With control, we're going to start to lower that left foot back down to the mat. Turn the back left foot flat. Come up. Warrior one. Nice and strong. Let the shoulders relax. Start to bring the hands behind you. You're going to interlace your fingers. Remember which thumb is on top. Roll the shoulders back. Drive the knuckles down. Up, look up. Exhale. We're going to fold down to the inside of the right leg. And those knuckles don't have to come very high off of your tailbone. Just keep pressing the palms together, the knuckles away, and rolling the shoulders back while the head relaxes. Ooh, yeah. Here we go. Inhale. Arms up and overhead. Warrior one. Right arm reaches forward. Left arm reaches back. Start to find your warrior two. Sinking in here. Left hand comes to left thigh. Right palm flips over. Reach over and back. Reversing the warrior. So you can look back at your left foot. If you like to look up, you can look forward. Wherever your neck feels best today. Come back up, warrior two. Straighten that right leg. Pull the right hip back. Get nice and long, reaching. And then that hand comes down to the shin. Left arm reaches up. We have our triangle pose. Now you can bring that hand down to the inside of the leg. You can grab your big toes. Or if your chest is pitching forward, you can slide your hand up your leg, just coming up a little bit higher. Option to let that top left arm wrap around behind you so that the back of the left hand kind of rests on the right hip. Look down at your right toes and then start to sweep your right arm over and back with straight legs, big side body stretch. Good. And then we'll start to come out of this. Cartwheel both hands down. If you really want a vinyasa, go for it. This was a beach class, so it was not a heavy vinyasa class. So choose where you're practicing, what's best for you, and where you are in your body today. And we're all going to meet in down dog. Okay. All right. So we're going to inhale this time the left leg up to the sky. Relax that right ankle a little bit. And then start to step the left foot forward. Come up into that high lunge once more. Interlace your fingers on top of your left thigh. Start to lean over that left leg. And we're going to bring that right foot up in supported Degasana. Good. And your leg doesn't have to be very high. You can just practice with bringing the toes up off the mat. Start to let the toes come back down this time. Back foot turns flat, arms up and overhead. Warrior one. Interlace your fingers behind you, opposite thumb on top. Roll the shoulders back, look up. Exhale, dive to the inside of the left leg, finding your humble warrior. So yeah, a lot of warriors in this class. There's a lot of different ways to be a warrior. There's a lot of different ways to feel empowered. You might feel empowered in humility. You might feel empowered in strength. A combination of all of it. Start to pull yourself all the way back up. Warrior one. Open up warrior two. I know that left thigh's burning because mine's burning. Reaching out, warrior two. Right hand, right thigh. Left arm reaches over and back. Reverse warrior, warrior four. A warrior by any other name. Good, and start to reach into warrior two once more. Straighten the left leg. Get nice and long as you reach forward with the left arm. Left hand to left shin. Right arm up towards the sky. And so take a second to find the triangle that you're feeling today. So you could be perfectly happy here. You might want to come down more. You might want to go higher. And then option to bring that right arm around behind you. Looking down at that left foot, we're going to sweep the left arm up and back. Big side body stretch. Let's start to come out of it. Cartwheel both hands down. Step back. Down dog, child's pose or vinyasa. Pick your poison. I'm going to straighten my mat because I'm neurotic. Good. All right, here we go. We're going to do the same thing. We're just going to move a little bit faster. We're going to go through both sides again. So everybody's in down dog. Take a big breath in. Let's just exhale it out first. Get ready. And then inhale, right leg up to the sky. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Come all the way up. High lunge, inhale. Exhale, hands on top of the right thigh. Start to come out into Degasana. Good. As the left foot comes down, we're going to turn it flat. Inhale, the arms up and overhead, warrior one. Exhale as the hands come behind you. Roll the shoulders back and then inhale, look up. Exhale, bow to the inside of the right leg. Find your humble warrior. Try not to rest on the right leg, but use your strength here to hover. Inhale as you pull yourself all the way back up, warrior one. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior, left hand to left thigh, right arm up and overhead. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, reach forward with the right arm. And then bring that hand all the way down to the shin. Find your triangle. Take a breath here. Left hand wraps behind you. Look down at your right foot. Inhale, sweep all the way up and back. Good. Relax. Cartwheel the hands down. Step back, down dog or vinyasa. I'll give you a moment for a vinyasa if you're feeling it today. Well, I'll meet in down dog and take a breath. Good. Opposite side. Inhale, left leg reaches to the sky. Exhale, step the left foot forward into the lunge. Inhale, come all the way up to the lunge. Interlace the fingers. Start to exhale out and over the left leg into Degasana. Right foot comes down, turns flat. Inhale, arms up and overhead, warrior one. Exhale, hands come behind you, interlace. Inhale, drive the knuckles down, roll the shoulders, look up. Inhale. Exhale, bow, humble warrior. Inhale, pull all the way up, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, warrior two. Straighten, reach, hands come all the way down. Right arm up to the sky. Find your triangle. And then looking down at the left toes, wrap that right arm if you're doing the wrap. Inhale, sweep all the way up and back. Cartwheel the hands down. Step back. Down dog or vinyasa. Even child's pose if you want to take a quick break before we move on here. Just take a breath. Whew, let it go. Let's do another one. Breathe it out. One more. Breathe in through the nose. And this time stick out your tongue across your eyes. Lion's breath. We do it in down dog so nobody can see our faces. Okay. Inhale, right leg comes up to the sky. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Turn the left foot flat. Come all the way up, warrior two. I'm turning around. Stay in your warrior two. We are here for 2 minutes. So we're reaching back with our left arm, forward with our right. We're staying center and we're dropping. So it will be tempting to straighten the leg. See if you can breathe through the challenge. If this challenge is sharp, if it is painful, and not just challenging with a burn, back out. If this is shaky, that's good. If you need to back out for a second, catch your breath, come back in, honor yourself. But just see how you respond to the challenge. And know that if this is not easy, it does not mean you are not strong. It means you are human, and humans are allowed to feel. Your strength is enduring despite the challenge, which you have done many times in your life over and over. This is just 2 minutes. We have 1 more minute to go. So just know that you've got this. Even if you're telling yourself you don't, change the story. You've got this. Keep reaching, keep that heart open. If your arms get tired, you can flip over the palms. One of my favorite teachers, Arlene, teaches Warrior 2 with the mudra. You can do that because it feels really good and really empowering. You're pulling from the skies what you might need. Woo! Yeah. Time does not fly when you're being challenged. We're so close, though. We are 15 seconds out. We got this. Steady, steady, steady. Big breath in. Hold the breath steady. If you're shaking, your body's learning. Your body's got this. It will not let you down. You have it. Big breath in. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Step back, down dog. If you want to take a quick child's pose, go ahead and take that. If you want a vinyasa, if you're like, hey, this ain't nothing but a thing, go for it. We're all going to meet in down dog. Good. All right, opposite side. Inhale, left leg comes up to the sky. Exhale, step that left foot forward. Turn the back right foot flat. We're going to cartwheel all the way up into Warrior 2. Left hand side, 2 minutes. Okay. So, thinking over your life. Every time you thought you couldn't do it. Every time you thought you couldn't get through it. Every time you thought you didn't have the strength. It was a hard day. Your hardest day that you have ever had, you have survived. You are here because you survived it. Again, this is 2 minutes. This ain't nothing compared to that. So if you can find strength in the many, 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 many achievements you already have, tap into that. If you can find strength, you know you can get through it, go there. Eyes can be open or closed. I have to keep looking back at my clock, sorry. Stay with me. Steady, steady. So remember, you can flip those palms over if you are getting warm. If you are hearing stories, what are those stories? If your ego is telling you you can't do it, remind your ego what you can do. You already did the first side. We're almost there. Put yourself to break for 2 seconds. Can you keep sinking into it? Can you resist the urge to straighten that leg? Can you allow yourself to shake and maybe look foolish and be okay with that? Whew. It's not easy. It really isn't. I'm doing this with you. This is solidarity right now. 15 seconds, Omis. We got this. If you got to sing to yourself, bop your head. Take a big breath in. Exhale, let it out. Both hands come down. Step back. Down dog, vinyasa, child's pose, whatever you need. Good, good, good. Everybody meets in down dog. Excellent. From down dog, I'm turning, you stay. From down dog, we're going to step the right foot forward and start to walk both hands towards the left. So we stop in the middle with a nice wide-legged forward bend here. And we're going to inhale, get nice and long, walk our hands out and over so that our hips are lined up with our ankles. And just start with a big breath in, and then exhale. Go ahead and let the head drop here. And keep thinking about activating your thighs. So it's almost like this idea like you're going to feel your kneecaps sliding up your thighs. I know it's not really possible, but like feel the activation of the quadriceps. And as you do that, can you let your head relax more? Can you let your pelvis tilt forward? This is also a nice one to keep your knees slightly bent if you like. Good, and then inhale, come up. Turn towards the front of your mat.
My friend of the mat's going to switch to the other side. Good. Find your down dog. Excellent. This time we're going to step the left foot forward, walk our hands over to the right, stop in the middle. And then we're going to find that length once more, coming all the way out and over. Good. And then I want you to bring your right hand to center, your left hand to your tailbone, and then roll your left shoulder up towards the sky. Option to turn your gaze with it. And if you want, you can reach your left arm too. But try not to let that right shoulder push you in. Try to keep that right shoulder in the socket. Both hands come down. Left hand comes to the center. Right hand comes to your tailbone. Roll the right shoulder open. Option to reach that right arm up towards the sky. Left shoulder stays in the socket. Both hands come down. Let the head drop. Good. Walk the hands back towards you. Heel toe in the feet a little bit. And I want you to turn the heels in, toes out, and bend the knees. And you can go ahead and bring your hands to the tops of your thighs. We're just going to sink into it here. Good. And then drop that right shoulder. Get another twist here. Come back to center. Left shoulder drops. Twist. Come back to center. Good. And then start to bring your torso upright. Press into the thighs to come up. Hands come down to the mat. Vinyasa if you want it. Down dog. We're all going to meet in down dog and make our way to child's pose in a minute. So if you want to go straight to child's pose, we'll catch up with you. Good. From down dog, bring the knees down to the mat. And you can go ahead and start to bring the knees wide if you like, sitting back on the heels. Forehead comes to the mat. Mine doesn't because I have things on my face. And then start to walk both hands over to the left-hand side. And then walk those right fingertips slightly forward to the left to get a really big right side stretch here. Try to be mindful of keeping the hips center. If they shift, it's fine. But if they shift so much that you're not feeling any stretch, think about bringing the hips back to center over your heels. Good. Walk the hands back to center. All the way over to the right. Walk the left fingertips this time. And if you don't sit directly on your heels, that is fine. That's not the goal of this posture, is to just be able to connect your heels to your butt. You'll still get benefits and stretch out of it. Good. Come back to center. Start to walk the hands all the way back towards the body. And then we're just going to come into a seated position. Good. Go ahead and give the legs a shake if you need it. Excellent. So both legs are forward. I'll turn so you can see. And I've got my feet together, and I'm going to press my legs into the mat, reach my arms up and overhead, and then exhale out. I'm going to keep the biceps by the ears. Exhale out and over, over, over. And then once I find my max, I'm going to bring my hands down. The toes are not the ultimate goal. You really want to find the length to be that ultimate goal. And so the longer you come out of the spine and come out and over, the more the hamstrings will eventually begin to straighten out, or not straighten out, but get more stretch if you're practicing with proper technique. Good. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale them down. And then we're going to go ahead and bend our right foot, right knee, so that the right foot comes to the inside of the left thigh. I got it out eventually. Good. And we're going to turn our sternum towards that left leg, arms up and overhead, biceps by the ears, out and over, 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 over. And then let the hands come down where they may. Keeping that very subtle rotation of right rib cage to left leg. Good. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, hands down. You can lean back into the hands, give the legs a shake if you need it. Switch sides. So this time straight right leg, left knee bends, sole of the left foot to the inside of the right leg. Arms up and overhead, biceps stay by ears. Pull yourself out and over, over, over. And then eventually, hands come down, toes, ankle, shin. Remember that rotation. Arms up and overhead. Hands come down to the mat, lean into them, give them a shake. One more sitting up. We're going to go ahead and bring the soles of the feet together, coming into Baddha Konasana, butterfly, cobbler's pose, pose by any other name. And pull your heels as close to your body as feels right for your hips today. So if you pull in the heels so much that you can't sit up on your own, just move the heels away a little bit. It doesn't have to be so tight. I'm going to hold on to your toes or even your ankles, get really tall here. And then version 1, we're just going to come out with our forehead and chest with a really straight back. And so you might not feel like you're going as far as you want. If you're on my side where you're just not as naturally flexible, it won't be as deep. It's okay. Good. Now you're going to start to pull your belly button in. You're going to start to curve your back and bring that forehead towards that space between your feet. So your back's kind of like a little turtle shell here. And again, if your head doesn't come down as close to the feet as mine does, that's okay. We don't have to look exactly the same. We have completely different bodies, completely different life experiences. We're just not going to look the same. Good. Now start to roll up one vertebrae at a time. You're going to keep your chin to your chest, though, as you come to sitting with an upright spine, chin to chest. Let your shoulders slide down the back. Start to pull in your obliques. See how tall you can possibly make yourself from your tailbone all the way to the base of your neck. Good. And then start to lift the chin. Start to bring your hands to the outsides of your knees. Creak them back together. And then we're going to turn. Well, I'm going to turn. And you want to be sure that there's a place for your head to land, because we're going to start to roll all the way down the mat. I'm going to mess with this a little bit. Sorry, guys. All the way down to the mat. Good. So let's go ahead and find our bridge pose here. So I want you to pull your heels as close to your body as feels right for your knees. And your feet are going to be parallel and hips width distance. And you're going to bring your hands to your side, and you're going to start to push your hips up off the mat. Good. So keep pressing the hips up. Beautiful. Keep the chin disconnected from the chest, so the chin isn't touching your chest, so we can be sure that you're breathing. Good. Let's start to roll down one vertebrae at a time, nice and slow. If a windshield wiper of the knees feels really good, go for it. If you want to hug your knees, whatever your thing is. Good. And then arms to the sides once more. Round 2, we're going to start to press the hips up. Now you have the option here of interlacing your fingers underneath you and starting to drive your knuckles towards your heels. And maybe shift onto the back of the shoulders and the neck a little bit more. Heads up, low bun is not designed for this posture. So if you're planning on doing bridge, just take your bun out. Don't be like me. Good. Undo your fingers. Come down one vertebrae at a time, nice and slow. Option to option to windshield wiper, whatever you need. Whew. Great. We're going to start to come into round 3 here. So, feet parallel, hips width distance, heels pulled towards the glutes, arms at the sides. Start to press the hips up. If you want to go to option 2, bringing those fingers interlaced underneath you. And then for the do it for your mama part of the round, summoning up all your energy, we're going to bring our feet together, and you're going to reach your right toes up towards the sky. Keep that left hip up. Keep the right hip up. Right foot comes down. Lift the hips. This time, left leg reaches. Keep those hips up. Try not to let them drop towards the mat. I know it's harder on one leg, but I know you can do this. We just did Warrior 2 for 2 freaking minutes on each side, right? Good. So go ahead and bring that left foot down. Keep pressing the hips up. Beautiful. Undo the fingers if they're interlaced. Let the arms come up and fall behind you. And just really take your time coming down,
one vertebrae at a time. Good. And again, if that feels good, to do a quick windshield wiper here or hug your knees to your chest. Or if you have another movement that feels really organic and nice to you, indulge. Perfect. And then keeping our knees bent, soles of the feet on the mat, I want you to bring your right ankle to your left knee and then reach behind your left knee to pull that knee and right foot towards you. And you can use that elbow to push the right knee away if you want a little extra stretch. But try to let your shoulders fall back towards the mat. Sometimes you might kind of roll up if you're tighter. See if you can maybe back off the stretch a little bit and allow the shoulders and head to fall back towards the mat. Good. Go ahead and drop the left foot. Switching sides. Right foot comes down. Left ankle to right knee. Reach through behind the right knee. Get that figure four stretch. If you have tight IT band, you are probably feeling this. Good. Go ahead and bring that right foot down. We're going to bring our feet mats width apart and go ahead and let both knees drop over to the left-hand side. You have option for cactus arms, T-shaped arms. Turn your gaze over your right shoulder. And if you want a little bit more, you can hook that left foot on top of the right knee. And turn the gaze back up to center. Unhook the left foot from the knee. Knees back to center. Realign the spine if you need to. And then both knees drop over to the right. And then right foot on top of left knee, if that's what you're practicing today. Option to turn the gaze over the left shoulder so you're rotating through all your vertebrae. Good. Gaze comes back up to center. Unhook the foot from the knee. Knees come back up to center. Hug your knees to your chest here. And then if you like a little happy baby's pose, you can find that pulling your knees down to either side of the mat or towards either side of the mat. If you want to rock, rock. If you want to roll, roll. Every song is going through my head today. Too bad it's way too expensive for any of those songs to be on the glass. You can pick them though and play them in your background. Good. Hug the knees once more. Option to bring your forehead towards your knees. And then let the head fall back. Let the knees come down to the mat. You can stretch out the legs, arms at your side, palms up. Find whatever is your most comfortable Shavasana here. So picking your position and knowing that during Shavasana, if you choose to move into a different position, you don't have to wait for my invitation. But get as comfortable as you are for now. Let your face relax. And then I want you to imagine all this good energy that you've been cultivating for the past hour as this beautiful ball of light that's currently resting at the crown of your head. Whatever color you prefer, it's your healing energy. And then as that ball of light touches the crown of your head, you begin to feel the skin of your scalp relax. It starts to move over your face, and you can feel the space between your eyes relax. The eyes begin to drop heavy into the sockets as the skin behind the ears begins to drape back towards the mat beneath you. Moves over your face and you feel the muscles of your jaw release, the teeth separate, the tongue touch the roof of the mouth and slide back. As it moves into your neck, all those neck muscles unravel and lengthen, allowing your head to fall very heavy onto the mat beneath you, allowing your shoulders to fall back very heavy. Feeling this warm, relaxing weight move through your biceps, your triceps, all the way through the forearms into the palms of your hands, where you may just feel the warmth of that healing energy in the palms of your hands. This energy moves up your arms and rejoins again as one at your heart center. And as you exhale, your heart feels content, beating softly in your chest, thankful for the hour you just gave yourself. This energy moves into your belly, exhaling again, and any worries, any cares, any tension that's still lived there dissolves away. It continues to split again, moving into the hips and the glutes, into the quads and the hamstrings, all the way down to the knees as the knees soften. The calf muscles relax, getting heavy and spreading out on the mat beneath you. Ankles soften. This healing energy moves over the tops of the feet into your toes. It moves through your heels, under the soles of the feet, and then finally out the toes as you drop into your final and deepest relaxation.
invite you to slowly come back into your breath. I invite you to slowly come back into your body, wiggling your fingers and your toes. And when you're ready, and if you're ready, you can reach your arms up and overhead. Get that first thing in the morning stretch. And then roll onto your side, whatever side you prefer. Bend your knees, rest your head on your arm like a pillow. Just take a quiet moment before we move on. And then start to slowly push yourself up to a comfortable seated position, sitting tall, eyes closed. Hands can be on the knees, in the lap, or at the heart center in prayer. But we are closing today's practice with 3 breaths for 3 spirits. So, the first breath, I ask you to see in your mind's eye that which you love the most, a person, a place, an animal. Animals are people too. But seeing in your mind's eye that which you love the most, not judging what pops up first. And that as you see what that is, begin to inhale through the nose. Inhale, 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 inhale. Sip in more and more air. Hold the breath. Lower the head to heart, acknowledging its wisdom and sealing in this loving breath. Allowing this true, great, and deep love to incorporate itself into every cell. And then lift the chin, exhale, let it go. And the second breath. The second breath, the second spirit, is the person that you do not love most on this earth. So this is someone that made you feel not valued. It made you feel sad, made you cry, hurt. Maybe a person you'd rather never think of or see again. And in your mind's eye, as that person comes forth, without judgment of who pops up or what pops up, if anything pops up, I ask you to begin to inhale again. Inhale, 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 inhale. Sip in more and more air, maybe even a bigger breath than the first breath. Hold that breath in, lower the head to heart, and seal in this breath of forgiveness. Allowing true forgiveness to be integrated into who you are. And then lift that chin, exhale, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. And then finally, the third breath. And this breath is for you. It is as you see yourself. It is the things that you're proud of, that you wish everybody could see, that maybe they don't. It's the things that maybe you're not proud of, the things that you'd rather not people be able to see. And all these parts of you, good and bad, come together to make the whole and perfect you. And so as you see yourself, begin to inhale through the nose once more. Inhale, 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 inhale. Biggest breath yet today. Inhale, inhale, inhale. A little bit more. Hold the breath at the top. Lower the head to heart, sealing in this breath of acceptance. Allowing true acceptance of everything you are to fully integrate into everything you are. Becoming one with yourself, all parts. And then lift the chin, exhale, let it go. Beautiful. And if your hands are not already at heart center in prayer, please bring them too. And then blink the eyes open, coming back to the now. Thank you so much for joining me in this practice here today. And if you were with me on the beach on March 11th, thank you for joining me in the practice there. The Love Enlightened Me always honors and always recognizes
the love and light in you that you share with me. Thank you so much. Namaste. Go forth and be awesome. And don't forget, for more, like, subscribe, follow, and then drop a comment. Tell me what works for you, or ask if there's things that you'd like me to create for you. So with that all being said, thank you. Have a great one. I hope you're feeling stronger. If anything, I hope you're feeling more centered. Have a good one. Bye now.